Is this the absolute best laptop keyboard ever? Alright, it's mail day and we're checking out something completely unique today. We're taking a look at the Air60 by Nuphy. This is actually going to be my first review for a low profile keyboard. And I'm not typically the kind of guy that uses low profile keyboards, but we're going to see if this can change my mind. So not only do we got the box for the Air60 right here, we also got the Nuphy, which is a nice keyboard case for it. And this is the version 3. So let's see what we got, man. Let's go. So Nuphy is a pretty popular brand amongst people who are enthusiasts and non-enthusiasts alike. And it seems like they got some great quality stuff, man. So I'm excited to see the brand new edition of the Air60. I got this in the white, and I believe it's kind of like a clear back version. I'm gonna start off with the Nuphy though. Let's see what we got. All right, and this is like I believe it's a leather case. Look at that. Nice little tag right there. And this is for basically just holding it, traveling. That's pretty solid. So I see why they call it a Nuphy. So basically it just folds up like a portfolio would, and you just throw your keyboard in there, tuck it in, fold it up, boom, boom. It's not going anywhere, man. That's actually really high quality. I'm glad they sent that. That was sick. And like I said before, man, that color is on point. It says here that it's founded by a small team of passionate dreamers. Nuphy has also always been at war with boredom and uninspiring designs. See, you guys are speaking my language. So it appears that this board is also QMK and VIA compatible. If you create a new keyboard in 2023 or 2024, you're gonna want to be able to have those features. Otherwise, we're gonna look at you funny. But yeah, just taking a first look at this box is really actually quite impressive. It's got kind of like a holographic effect, similar to like what you would see in, you know, classic Pokemon cards, Yu-Gi-Oh cards, that type of sort. Let's see what we got. Air60, there's a couple different connection modes. Of course, you can power it on, you can turn it to wired mode or wireless mode. So it gives you some options there. You can select whether you want it to be in Windows mode or in Mac mode. I'm gonna try out both since I've been switching back and forth from my PC and my new MacBook. According to this here, you can actually connect it to 2.4G and Bluetooth. There it is. It's got a little bit of indication kind of telling us how to pronounce it. I still pray I'm pronouncing this right. This is the board. I won't make us wait any longer. This is it, man. It's a pre-built and it's a very thin board. I see why they call it the Nuphy Air. So you still get your arrow keys in this, and that's amazing to me, because when I'm editing my videos, I like to, you know, skip forward frame by frame, and without those arrow keys, I'm kind of stuck in the water. The back weight, actually a sticker right there. Let me go ahead and unveil it. There we go. We also have some back legs to rest and prop up the keyboard, whether that's on a tabletop or on top of your laptop. That's a lot of tops. But there are two different heights you can choose from. You got short and tall. All right, so what else is in the box? It looks like we have a USB-C cable with the right angle, which is always beneficial for using on a laptop, since everything's often just kind of poking out the sides. It'll keep you nice and streamlined. This one right here is what I'm really excited about. Speaking of laptops, when you're plugging in a keyboard to a laptop, the shorter the USB cable, the better. And this one actually makes it a lot easier since they have the USB port right on the side. So I'm gonna go right here, plug it in, and then it'll be sitting right on top of the laptop like this. And you just snap it in right there, bro. You don't have all that slack. This is nice. I like this already. Our branded keycap and switch puller. We have some extra switches and extra keycaps. So that reminds me, considering that this is low profile, these aren't your typical MX style switches. These are actually low profile style switches. We have a selection of 4. I believe this one is the Wisteria. This is what I have throughout the whole keyboard. This nice little light tactile. So this right here is the Moss tactile switch. It's actually a 60-gram force. And then these two are the linear choices, Aloe and Cowberry. Okay, so here we have some spare keycaps just in case you want to change up the colorways at all. Let's give this keyboard a little bit of attention that it deserves. So like I said, this is the ANSI layout. So you got your typical space key right here, got a nice little space bar, shifts, everything's, you know, set up like an ANSI layout would be. But let's take a look around the keyboard. This thing is tiny, by the way. It barely weighs anything. And right here on the top, you can change your modes. This switch right here will switch back and forth between Mac and Windows. This one right here will be able to change your actual mode. And there's off, wired, and wireless. By the way, please excuse the mess behind me. We're throwing a giveaway pretty soon because we just hit 2,500 subscribers. Thanks for everybody out there who is tuned in and has subscribed to the channel. If you haven't, make sure you hit that button down below and join us. You'll get more details on the giveaway coming up ASAP. Powering on the Nuphy. It's got some RGB. We're flashing right here on the left side and we're flashing on the right. Not quite sure what that is. I imagine that's trying to connect to the computer. I'm gonna go ahead and plug in this 2.4G dongle. Alright, so I got the board plugged in and we're good to go, but I wanted to talk a little bit more about the features. So considering I do a little bit of gaming here and there, I was excited to hear that this board actually has a 1000 Hz pulling rate. And not only that, Nuphy mentions that they even optimized their chip to provide extremely low latency, even in the wireless modes. And I can hold this thing for days, man. It's so light. Now I see why they call it the Air, right? And with it being a 60% keyboard, you don't have any function roll along the top, but you can still access those keys by using the function key, or you can use QMK or VIA to kind of map whatever you want. One of the coolest things about it is that they still offer the arrow keys. Most 60% do not. And I think the way they pulled it off is by cutting the shift down to a 1U key. These keycaps are also very nice and smooth to the touch. And surprisingly, even with them being so thin, they're still double shot. I really like the vibrancy on the accent keys that we have here. And it's not like a super dull gray on these modifier keys either. Everything looks nice and sleek. And when it comes to keycaps, there's even more add-ons, man. But you'll have to check out the website to see more of that. Let's go ahead and type on it and see how it feels. I'm really excited to see how this goes. Dang, I didn't even notice these stickers. These are clean. Nice little anime themed stickers in the box. Yeah, this is the Air series stickers, they say. You know the vibes. But I made sure to bring out my MacBook Pro for this video because this might just be the best keyboard for MacBook Pros. So here I have my MacBook Pro M3, and this is the Air60 by Nuphy. So if I want to use this as my go-to keyboard, I'm gonna go ahead and place it right there on top. I think I'll probably collapse these little legs first. And there we have it. Dang, partner, it's actually pretty smooth. Look how it fits just right there on the desktop. This is a 14-inch M3 MacBook Pro, and it fits pretty nicely on top there. Only thing that I can't quite figure out how to do is turn off the actual keyboard on the MacBook because sometimes it'll push down on it. But other than that, it's actually pretty useful, man. If you didn't use it right on top of it, you can still use it on the desktop like this. This is not a Nuphy problem, it's kind of a Mac problem, but hey. Other than that, I really find the Nuphy Air60 V2 to be extremely useful. The design is very impressive and it's super lightweight, so you can take it pretty much anywhere you go. If you ask me, it's super light and it's super thin, but I don't really feel like I'm afraid that I'm gonna accidentally break it or snap it, even if it's in a bag or something like that and I lean back. I don't think that's really gonna be an issue. And as you can see right there, these the wisteria. It actually has north face RGB, which is interesting, but it actually can be a good thing if you consider putting on keycaps that have shine through. The Nuphy Air60 V2 is very intriguing, especially for those who may consider bringing along a mechanical keyboard on the go. Now the sound is extremely impressive. There appears to be a decent amount of sound deadening foam, as well as some implementations of silicone to remove hollowness from areas like the spacebar. The stabs, or stabilizers for anyone who might not use that kind of lingo, are also lubed and tuned very nicely. I think for such a small portable board, Nuphy actually knocked it out of the park when it comes to the sound department. Although I don't think there's any kind of way to modify it without possibly breaking it. So I would just leave it how it is. Yeah, man, and that's my review of the Air60 V2 by Nuphy. I actually really like this keyboard a lot. I can find myself using this in a ton of different situations. I've used a lot of wireless keyboards in the past, but this has got to be the most portable one of all. You know, by far, actually. If you guys are interested in the Nuphy Air60 V2, make sure you hit the link down in my description. I'll be able to, you'll be able to get some more information for it down there, man. But yeah, it's pretty cool. I actually like this a lot. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch up with you guys later, man. Peace.